Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk to you about what are the steps to really learning a song, not just in a karaoke level, but also really mastering the song. Watch until the end because the last point is the most important one if you want to really make a difference in your singing. My name is Jorgelina, I am a vocal coach, a singer and a songwriter, and I teach in Auckland, New Zealand and all around the world online. As I said, today I'm going to talk about the 3 elements of really making sure that you master a song in your singing. First, we're going to talk about learning the music of your song. Secondly, we're going to talk about mastering the vocal technique. And thirdly, the interpretation. Let's talk about music. The first step for mastering your song, making sure that you shine with your voice, is actually learning the music of the song. Now, this is super important. People tend to skip this step. And it's actually the most important one, and it is in this order that we do it. When I talk about learning the music, of course, everybody has a different degree of competency in music, but there are some very basic elements that if you are a beginner, you must master, and they are timing, pitch, and melody. And of course, learning your lyrics. In other words, knowing when to start the song, when to enter each phrase, and knowing the melody, knowing the pitch, and of course, memorizing your lyrics. And if you are not a beginner, then you can take that much more deeply. But those are the basic things that everybody should know. You absolutely want to make sure that your timing is good in a song and that you know the melody. A lot of people actually skip this step. They try to go straight away to working with technique. And it happens with some of my students sometimes that they come, they want to learn a song, and okay, we try to get ready for the song. They tell me, oh, I want to work in this high part or belting part or anything like that. And we start working on it, and then we find that they don't actually know that part as well. And so if you don't know what you're doing with the song, if you don't know the song, if you are not familiar with it, you can't focus on the technique. It just doesn't work that way. Priorities. Go and learn your music, and of course your teacher can help you on that. We can guide you on that, but there is also a lot that you can do by yourself. Of course, we are not going to be able to listen for you. So you have to use your time at home to really become familiar with the song, with the structure, what is the structure of the song, what comes first, what comes second, what is the melody, what is the rhythm. Actually, a lot of people come to my lessons, and okay, we try to focus on the second, let's say in the second verse, because that's a challenging part. And I say, okay, let's go from verse 2. And they tell me, oh, no, I can't just start from a different point. I have to start from the beginning and go from there. That means you don't know the song very well. So go and study the song first, then we can work on technique. Point number 2 is your vocal technique. So you don't want to choose a song that is super out of your league. It doesn't work like that. If it is too much of a technical jump, it's going to be very hard, and it might make your progress much more slowly. So you want to get something that it can be challenging, but comfort zone +1, which is not too challenging. I have some students that sometimes come in one of the first lessons they take, and they bring a song that is super out of the league, and they want to work on it. A song by Whitney Houston, and I always have to say, it's not the moment. We always try it. It never works if it is too much of a big jump, because of course you don't have what you need just yet. And it often happens that, okay, we start with something a little bit more of their level. Maybe after a few months or maybe a year, then we come back to that impossible song, and now it's possible. So that's the second point. You want to make sure that you resolve the technical difficulties of the song. By the way, if you are a complete beginner in vocal technique and you want an introduction, go and check out my Introduction to Vocal Technique online course that I just released, and it's very accessible right now. So you can go check that out. The link is in the description below. Point number 3 is interpretation. As I said, this is the most important part of singing. This is the part in which you actually connect with your song. You have resolved the technical abilities and the music. Now it's time to connect. This is the reason why people connect with singers. So if you're interested in singing for other people and get them to love your singing, this is the one that you want to master. Don't skip this step. Again, a lot of people get stuck in the vocal technique part sometimes, and then you see them on stage kind of like thinking about what they are doing with the voice, and no one connects with that. And also no one cares about your technique. Technique is for you to be able to resolve your songs and to be able to sing whatever you want, but interpretation is what makes you a good singer. And interpretation, of course, is an art on itself, not only an art, but also a lot of personal development, because it requires you to have quite a strong emotional maturity to be able to empathize with any song you sing. That is actually something that it is trainable. You know, great singers have to sing 2-hour concerts or more, in which they sing a lot of different songs, and you can see them connected to each one of the songs. And they are not talking about the same. And they are not talking about the mood that they feel that day. So interpretation is a whole art on itself. And it's not only rewarding in an artistic way, but also very rewarding for your own personal development and emotional intelligence. If you would like to develop these skills and you're in Auckland, I invite you to check out my webpage in the description below, because in these next 2 months, I am taking trials for the next year regular programs. And of course, if you're not in Auckland, reach out. You can take all the individual programs. You can also take them online. And of course, if you want an introduction to this magic world of singing, go ahead and grab my Introduction to Vocal Technique course. If you like this video, please subscribe, because I am always posting content like this. I'll see you next video.